I'm not a writer, so please bear with me. Some background information. I rent a flat with my best friend, who we'll call R, and his wife, who I'll name K. I work at a school in the UK and am currently off for the October half term. Meanwhile, Kay is currently unemployed, so she spends the majority of her daytime either baking or applying for jobs. R is a city boy, and he works in London. Anyway, I like to record dumb videos of myself doing dumb shit, and I tend to send them across to my family group chat on WhatsApp. One afternoon during the October half term, R is at work. Kay is in the front room applying for jobs on the computer, and I'm in my room, half dressed, ironing some clothes and listening to Spotify on shuffle. Note, my bedroom door is firmly closed at this point. While I'm ironing, Dolly Parton's 9 to 5 blasts through my speakers. I carry on ironing, and then a stupid thought crosses my mind. So, naturally, I set my phone up on my chest of drawers, restart the song, and begin to record myself miming and dancing along to the music while ironing my clothes. I didn't say it was funny. Midway through doing this, I clear as day hear my bedroom door open, and I see a flash out of the corner of my eye. I laugh, realizing I've been busted by my flatmate Kay, who's walked in on me lip-syncing for my life. Completely mid-flow and not missing a beat, I laugh and turn my head toward my bedroom door. It's still closed. Kay isn't there. I don't think anything of it and continue on with my dumb little video. Finished. Music off, ironing board away. A few minutes later, I head into the kitchen/living room to get myself a drink. Kay is still at her desk with her back to me, but she hears me walk into the room as I greet her. She turns around and laughs, telling me how she scared herself earlier on while I was listening to Dolly Parton. I frown and asked her what she meant. She explained that while I was blasting 9 to 5 in my bedroom, she thought she could see me sneaking up behind her out of the corner of her eye while she was on the computer. And this is not uncommon. I do like to make both of my flatmates jump occasionally. She obviously jumped in her chair, whirled around, and noticed I wasn't there. Then she just carried on about her business. At this point, I get goosebumps up on my arm and immediately asked Kay if she came into my room while I was listening to the song. Kay said no. I then told her the exact same thing happened to me while I was listening to the song, and I played back the video on my phone to prove it. You can see me laugh and turn my head to acknowledge whoever just walked in my room in the video, even though nobody was there. We both just kind of shrugged it off as a weird coincidence, and I haven't thought much about it since, but I decided to share it with you guys tonight. I realize it isn't the most elaborate of stories, but it happened, and I thought it was a strange enough coincidence to post about it here.
I knew I would win the raffle as an 8-year-old, posted in the Glitch in the Matrix subreddit by Via Medema. Not sure if glitch or not, but weird nonetheless. I started skiing when I was 2. By the time I was about 7 or 8, I really wanted to switch to snowboarding, as it was the cool thing to do at the time. There was a raffle at the mountain, and they were going to be giving away a snowboard. I approached my parents with such confidence that I was able to convince them to buy me a raffle ticket, something they would normally not waste their money on. I don't remember that part, but what I do remember is having absolute confidence that I would win the raffle. I just knew it. I remember talking to my parents about how great it would be to have a snowboard and all this, and them telling me not to get my hopes up. When the drawing finally happened, I walked to the front before they even called the number. Of course, they called my number, and I wasn't even the least bit surprised. I claimed my snowboard and lived happily ever after until I switched back to skiing 3 years later. Okay, so it was in the middle of winter in 2008. My mother and I are sitting on the couch having a conversation about an amusement park we visited, to which I stated I'm not going back there unless you're with me." Directly after I said that, a commercial that had no relevancy to our topic repeated the exact same thing I said. It was a moment of silence, but then we both looked at each other and thought we misheard. How can this be? I believe it was a very strange phenomenon. "Water started boiling," posted in the Glitch in the Matrix subreddit by Via Medema. I can't find any sort of scientific explanation for this. Maybe one of you can. I was microwaving water in a glass last week and was watching to pull it out right as it started to boil. The first few bubbles rose and I opened the microwave. The water stopped boiling after a couple seconds. I'm positive because the glass is piping hot every time and I take it out very carefully. I was looking down to my right at the instant coffee I was going to scoop into the water and set the glass down on the cold granite countertop absent-mindedly. I heard a crazy hissing noise that was loud enough to scare me, and for a couple seconds I had absolutely no idea what it was. Then I looked down at the glass and the water inside was violently boiling for a few seconds, enough so that the half-full glass nearly spilled some water. Never had anything like this happen to me before. Heating that water is very routine for me. Been reading a lot about how these glitches often seem to happen during very routine moments. Wondering your guys' thoughts. Copy of myself, posted in the Glitch in the Matrix subreddit by Mordecai. August 1st of this year, a very anticipated movie, Suicide Squad, was released. The release of this movie caused a lot of excitement and confusion. The situation is certainly unexplainable and is not something that is isolated to me only. I've held off on telling this as I've tried to find a logical explanation for this, yet I have not been able to find one that works. Now, on with the story. Weeks before Suicide Squad released, me and 3 of my other friends, we'll call them Nick, John, and Matt, started planning on seeing it. These 3 other friends are really good friends of mine, so we've created a little clique. We've gone and seen movies together in the past, and nothing has happened out of the ordinary, just the original routine. We got to the theater in the mall, pay for our tickets, watch the movie, and leave while constantly talking about said movie. Everything was the same with this one. Well, nearly the same. In order for this to be better told, I must tell you what attire was worn during this night out. I wore a black t-shirt, some darker jeans with a little green stain on the back right in the pant leg, and my blue and white high-top sneakers. I am also an African American. Nick was wearing a light blue flannel shirt with blue jean shorts and white black shoes. It is important to mention he has blonde-dyed hair that's slicked back. John wore a blue denim shirt with white shorts and sandals. Matt wore a plaid black and red shirt with black shorts and Converse. Here's where the glitch comes in. While we were leaving the movie and went towards the mall exit, I noticed 4 other guys ahead of us, 3 Caucasian and 1 African American. I looked at my friends and joked with them, thinking they came out of the same movie with us. I got the idea to go up to them and see if they did. I began to run up to them when something stopped me, like a force that pushed me back slightly and caused a pit in my stomach to occur. It was a feeling like going down the first large drop on a roller coaster. I started to examine the African American's pant leg and saw a green stain on the right leg. I started feeling strange, like I just stumbled on something I wasn't meant to see. I started looking at the group as a whole. One of the other guys had on the same outfit as Nick, with the same slicked back dyed hair. The other 2 had the same outfits as John and Matt. I slowly walked away back to my group and stopped right at them. Once the other group walked out of the mall doors and turned the corner, I rushed over to see where they were going. Once I got outside and turned the corner, they were gone, vanished without a trace. On the drive back home, we continued to talk about the movie. When Matt asked what happened before we left and why I didn't ask what I wanted, I proceeded to tell them that they look exactly like what we did, same clothes, same movements, same everything. John then told the rest of us that he has seen them before, and they were in fact exactly like us. They had walked into the same showing of the movie before we did, but vanished when they went inside. He was too startled by any of it to tell us at the time. The incident is still something we all continue to talk about to this day. We have tried every logical situation that would fit this, but they all counteract each other. I'd love to know someone who's gone through this before or has any sort of explanation of any sort.